A little bit early today, but yeah, I'm just going to go get a drink and then we're just going to get straight into this. Playing some Azalea Online. Been having some good results off camera, typically, over the last few days. So hopefully we can recapture some of that in tonight's stream. We'll see. Okay, welcome GoAgainGaming, welcome DGTCG. So let's just get straight into this, shall we? So hello, welcome back to GoAgainGaming and welcome to another Azalea Online stream tonight. We're also going to be doing a giveaway for the affiliate links that used to be used for Total Cards, now as Chaos Cards. But anyone who ordered through Total Cards during that incentivized time, we're going to be doing a little spinny wheel thing for someone to win a GoAgainGaming playmat. From the web store. So anything of choice apart from the 1k giveaway one, you can win anything of choice on there. So we're going to do that very, very shortly. Chris Tucker Gaming, good evening. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Just going to be playing some Azalea today, of course. And we have been getting some decent results on Talishar recently. So hopefully we can replicate that today. Azalea is known to be getting a little bit shy on the streams. A lot of people have reported that, but hopefully we can get some wins. So recently I had wins against Bravo, Reinar, Dash. Who was the other one? Fi as well. So I've had quite a few mixed games during the day, but it's going to be interesting to see what we run into tonight. Yay, something else I cannot win. Why not? There's only 5 people in this draw. There's only 5 people in the draw. So you got a good chance, DGTCG. Got a good chance. So don't rule yourself out just yet. But I can see there's 5 viewers in the chat. Please make sure you like this video as well and say hello in the chat. So I know I can see 3 of you have said hello already. If there's anybody else out there, say hello. How are you doing? How are you doing today? My girlfriend's out today, so it could go a little bit longer. So for all the USA lot getting back from work, you might be able to catch this. You might be able to catch this a little bit later. My girlfriend's away today. She's looking after a cat tonight, so I'm just chilling on my own. Hence why I've got this dirty monster today. Normally she moans at me. No, don't drink that. Don't drink that. Well, you're not here anymore, are you? Well, temporarily at least. But yeah. So we're going to be playing some Azalea. And yeah, hopefully to get some good results. I'm also streaming at the same time Push the Point are, so maybe we'll run into those on the stream. I think they're streaming games as well. But yeah, Thursday nights, Tuesday and Thursdays, always going to be doing this as expected. And yeah, just here to have some fun today. So good evening, Robert Andrews. Thanks for joining. But yeah, let's go on to let's load our deck into Talishar and see what opponents we get. I recently put in a Feign Death into this deck, as well as the Hornet Sting now appearing. But Feign Death is now in the deck because of dash maximum velocity, which I lost to the other day on stream. And I thought, well, if I had a Feign Death, I could prevent that from happening. But I've played with this a couple of times today and yesterday. And every time I drew it, I pitched it or did something else with it. So I don't know whether that's going to stay in there or not. I think just the one as well probably won't come up when you need it to. So we'll see. And then what else did I change? I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much all I changed. But we'll see how it goes. It's been getting some good results recently, as I said. But obviously, typically, they weren't on camera. They weren't on stream. They were just random games that I picked up during the day. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Levi, welcome to the chat again, sir. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, let's get straight into this, shall we? We might get sniped because obviously we're streaming. Push the Point are also streaming as well now, so they actually got their package today. I think LSS are sending out a lot of people, a lot of creators in the space, Christmas packages. So I'm assuming that I will get the same thing that they do. Mine's on the way as well, so I will be getting one also. But yeah, it's not here yet. So let's do this. I need to log in first so I can use my Azalea Cult sleeves. So anybody who's a patron of the channel, you can, if you pledge at the lowest level on Patreon, if you support the channel monetarily, you'll get access to these cool Talishar Online sleeves where you can rep the cult to your heart's content. And that's what it's all about. Cool, right, let's do this then. Let me just change over to the screen. Chat should be active, chat should be seen. Yes, that's all good. I'll hop on Talishar now, Rob says. Yeah, well, if you're happy to do it, mate, if you want to hop on Talishar and use the GoAgainGaming sleeves, that'll be a fantastic advert for the Patreon, so please do that, sir. But yeah, what was I going to say? I was going to say something else as well. Yes, we do have the Dreadbore jar up today as well. So every time someone asks us or says in the chat, oh, I can't use D-Reacts, that's because I'm playing Dreadbore. That's because I exclusively play this card. It's the only bow I use. Exclusively. Anybody who's watched the channel now will know this. Anyway. Let's see how many Dreadbore jars we can get. Do you see much use of Hornet? I can't bring myself to side out bullseye bracers. It depends if you want to be blocking or not. I use it. I've used it to success against Dorinthia and Bravo. To stop Dorinthia's counters, and having that one extra sometimes and dealing that one extra damage can be a little quite nice. Also revealing that top card, if it's an arrow, you get to see what it is and hopefully dominate it next turn by using like a take aim or something, reloading something in, activating it and then getting it in. So it's had its uses. We might see it tonight. Depending on who we get. But ultimately, yeah, the bullseye bracers is better in most situations because going wide with Azalea 2 or 3 going wide 2 or 3, having like a 1-2 punch is what I call it, is probably the best way to go going forward. Which is why I use Dreadball, because I love turning on my Bolton shots no matter what, you know, even if I don't have a buff. But we'll see. Is that how that bow works? Absolutely, DGTCG, yes. Oh, I can't play Defense Reacts. Why is that? Oh, read the fucking bow. Hello there, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Yes, Fab Nordic, thanks for joining. Hope you're having a nice day as well. It must be a little bit later for you over there in the Nordic part of the world. But yeah, thanks for joining again. This is the... yeah, you're turning up quite a lot now, Fab Nordic, so I like to see it. I love to see it. You've been following us for a while, haven't you? So on Instagram and stuff. Don't really use Instagram anymore. But yeah. Got one last night on Olivia. What, a Hornet Sting? Right, so let's go. Let's do this. There's also a cool roguelite application on Talishar now as well. So has anybody tried out the roguelite? That's a cool space. I could see that developing. I also figured out today as well, I've played Rhinar twice today, and I've realised that if you've got 1 or 2 life left, do not use an attack action card, because they just kill you with a bloody reckless swing. So the story was, I had the win on board, basically. I was just being greedy. So they had 3 cards in their hand. I reloaded a battering bolt in with a blue headshot. So obviously it got the +1 from Dreadball. So it was a 7 attack in the arsenal, with 2 floating after the blue. So I could have shot this at them. I'm playing Icelander. Fantastic. And I decided to Ravenous Rabble first. And then they Reckless Swinged me. And the only cards they had in their hand were 2 Reckless Swing, D-Reacts, which they can't use because of Dreadball, and a Skullcrack. So they would have only been able to block with the Skullcrack. They're on 4 life, and I would have won if I just shot the Battering Bolt. But instead, I decided to use Ravenous Rabble, and they Reckless Swinged me because obviously the bow does not affect normal attack action cards. So I learnt my lesson there. Playing against Icelander, this is going to be... I haven't played against Icelander for a while, to be honest. So I don't even remember how to do this. Probably take out Feign Death. Actually, no, we'll leave that in there. We'll just leave the whole deck in there, as we normally do. 3 Arcane Barrier, probably the best way to go. Unless it's a Bull Landery sort of list. So this is a hard decision to make. I think I might just put the Null Rune in there. Yeah. AB3 at least. So it's been a while since we've played Icelander. Coming in with a Scar for a Scar, 4 damage. Go again, because obviously they start on lesser life. Let's just block with a Fatigue Shot. Fatigue Shot's pretty much not useless. Is useless in this matchup, sorry. Well, no, it's not. Probably, no, it could actually get rid of a Wounding Bull's value or something, I guess. Which is probably what's going to come in at me now, isn't it? Surely. Probably using the World Championship list. Oh, here we go. Channel Lake Frigid. And that's it, I think, isn't it? Unless the Waning Moon. I can't remember how this deck works at all, to be honest. So everything's going to cost me 1 now, which is a bit of a shame, but I do have just a large snatch, which I could use. So I have to pay for that, though. So I have to pay 1 for this and 1 for this. So it's a bit of an issue, but I guess it's better than absolutely doing nothing. Or we could just come in with a normal 4 snatch and then keep the rest. But yeah, bit of an issue. Very, very red heavy hand, unfortunately. So yeah, we're just gonna. Do we want an Arsenal card though? I think we do. I think we do want an Arsenal card, so I'm just gonna snatch them. I'm gonna get rid of this. It's only a couple of 2 blocks in hand. Bit of a shame. I can Arsenal one of those though, but a bit of a rough start, unfortunately. Goblin Reserve, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well, Hank. Wait, you can't use those if you use Dreadball. Oh shit, arrows, yeah. Yeah, it's only arrows. Dreadball only affects arrows. not being able to use D-reacts from hand. So I drew a card from that, so I can Arsenal one of the 2 blocks here. I can just Arsenal the Nimblism. They're going to come at me with some frost before the turn ends. Choose a card to Arsenal. We'll Arsenal the Nimblism. See, in normal circumstances, the next turn would be pretty horrendous, to be honest. So I think we're just going to take... Oh, we can't really, because of Channel Lake is still out. So what's this going to do? 2 damage. If it's played during the opponent's turn, which is not, it deals 4 damage. Okay, Waning Moon as well. Luckily, we do have a blue and a yellow in hand, so we can get rid of some of this. So we're going to pitch the 2 to this. And then Emeritus Scolding, we will pitch a 2 again. Pitch this. Because Channel Lake is still out, we can't E-Strike, because obviously that costs 2 cards from hand, basically. So we can only Ravenous Rabble. That's the only thing we can do. But still, we're just going to... They could probably do something on the end of our turn now as well, so it's a bit rough. But that's what Channel Lake Fridges does, especially when you bloody play it on the first turn. Outrageous. Revealing an Endless Arrow, okay. That's it. And now they're just going to unleash hell upon me. Oh, okay, they're sunk below. Fair enough. They are preventing the Ravenous Rabble from hitting them in the face. We can still... Well, we can't activate anything else because obviously it costs 1 to do so. Such an oppressive card. I haven't played against many Icelanders for a while. Undertucken, absolutely. Az never goes shields down into wizard. No, that's true. That's true. And again, this next turn could be horrendous. Oh no, it's Nimblism, so it doesn't affect the Battering Bolt. So Ice Eternal coming in. All reds in hand. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Oh, they undid their last action. Okay. Never mind. Ban the undo button. Nah. It's okay. It's not serious, is it? It's not serious things. Right, so what's this doing? Create X Frostbite tokens. So what? How many are they going to be creating, though? I will not prevent the 2. But I can potentially prevent the Ice Eternal. Oh no, I can't because I'm going to have the channel cards and activate abilities cost additional 1. Okay. So we've got 2 Frostbites now as well. So this is just... Whose idea was it to bloody put tax in a game? Come on now. Very, very red liner heavy as well at that moment. It's very, very difficult. That would be a bad time to Eternal, and they're doing it anyway. Okay, well, that's good. Hopefully we are playing someone incompetent, but still, it's a hard matchup for us. Or at least when I'm playing. So that's it. Oh, thank God that's gone. So we can do something, I think. So if we crack the Tunic, pitching 2, it will leave us with 1, so we can still Battering Bolt. Oh, no, we can't, because the thing's there. Okay, so let's use the Cross Wrap here. Get rid of the Battering Bolt and the Oasis Respite, I think. See what's on top. Aetherized Vein, okay, 3 damage. They discard a card unless they pay 2. 3 damage to any target. Discard a card unless they pay 2. Yeah, so that screws up the turn then. So we will just prevent the damage here by pitching. We'll still take 1. And then we can't do anything else. We don't have any cards in hand. We can blindly activate Azalea off the top, see if we get a 0-cost attack or something. That's probably the best idea now. Or even a 1-cost attack, because obviously the tunic is there still. Defences are down, as you say, Andrew. They're just going to be crundling on in with us now. Look at this. It's been a while since I played this. Enlightened Strike on the top. So we could activate Azalea, but that's not going to help us because we need another card to use. So we're just going to activate Azalea blindly and see what happens. Memorial Ground doesn't really do anything. But we can put a card back on top. We can only put the Fatigue Shot there, so I think that's probably just worth leaving there for now, because we can still potentially block with some cards and then Memorial Ground something back on top. But yeah, this is just a rough spot to be in, isn't it? It really is. Just icing me out. Okay, Find Owls for 7. Again, don't have any 3 blocks in hand. It's a bit of a shame. Rain Razors is not as a non-block. We can sink something and then replace something, though. So I think we're just going to block with Overflex, pass, sink the Rain Razors, and draw a take cover. Pass, I guess. Take 1. Their arsenal is gone, so they don't have any shenanigans, right? So I guess we could just potentially opt here and then see what's on top and potentially switch it out. Let's just do that. This could be an absolute waste, but we just need to see what's there. Find Owl's Fighting Spirit. Nah, let's just bottom that. We're just going to have to activate again blindly. This is awful. What is going on? Oasis Respite. Okay, fine. Okay, no shenanigans on my turn though, because they got no arsenal. This is a rough one. This is a rough one indeed. Another 7 coming in. We can block that though, luckily. But we can't push. We can't push any damage over the top, really, because the only arrow we're going to be able to dominate is a 5 attack, really. Unless you go get Battering Bolt, which could be quite good. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to play that afterwards. That's the problem. Okay, well, let's just Oasis, first of all. Pitching the Memorial Ground. Choosing Find Owl, so we are going to gain a life from that. And then we're going to take cover as well. We are going to reload a card. And then it does mean we can go and tutor for any card we want and then fire that with Dominate. But it just depends whether they respond to that. They probably will respond to that. So I think we are just going to try and fire this Sleep Dart at them, pitching the knock. Because if we use the Tunic to try and get this out of the arsenal for free, they'll probably respond to it. So I think we just need to fire it at them with no response. So we're just going to do that. We're just going to play it safe and just fire this at them for 5. I'll actually send it this time. Fuck Ball Lander. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's very oppressive. Very oppressive. So they are going to they're going to sink it, okay, saving a D-react in their arsenal, which is okay, I guess, because that's better than having a Frostbite being played at instant speed against me, right? That's what I want to see. So I'm seeing a lot of these Find Owls come in now, but I think this is probably the time to take the damage. Because I need to threaten some sort of crackback, and that's probably going to be the Red in the Ledger Seeking Destroyed, isn't it? So I think we're just going to have to take it this time. Go down to 25. No, 26. And then we just see what they have. They might interact with us here. We are going to have some floating pitch because of the blue pitch into the Dreadbore. So yeah, let's just try this. Floating 2. Okay. Red in the Ledger goes in. We will then Seek and Destroy to try and blow up their arsenal, which is crucial, and they still have time to respond to this. We could still potentially, in response, crack our tunic as well before the tax affects us, which allows us to then get another floating resource, which might be able to save us there. But yeah, this is going to be, they're probably going to interact with this now, this play, because this is going to be a 9 red in the ledger. Here we go, Aether Ice Vein coming in. Fused as well, so if it hits, I discard a card unless I pay 2. So I might actually still be able to pay the 2 and then play the red in the ledger after this. So should I do that, or should I just play it safe and take this damage and discard the card? I think... Okay, let's let this happen. Let this resolve first. So what's this coming in for? 3. I'm just gonna discard the card, I think. I'll just discard Endless Arrow, sod it. Seek and Destroy resolves, and then I can fire this at them. Unless they respond again with something else. Which they can't, because they haven't got a card in their arsenal anymore. And obviously, because I loaded this in with Dreadbore, it's going to get the +1, so it's going to come in for 9 after this. The one action on their next turn doesn't really affect Icelander, I guess, but the Seek and Destroy is what matters here, because it means they have to discard their hand, and they can't put anything into their arsenal. Waning Moon, yeah, that's right, DG, TCG, here it is. Here comes the Waning Moon. Yeah, it's just so much going on your turn, you just can't... It's hard to interact with that. It's very, very difficult to interact with that. So I'm just going to fire this off at them for 9. The important part is that their hand and arsenal blows up. So that's good. They can only do one thing on their turn. So hopefully that disrupts them enough that we can get some other stuff in. But the fact that they can just play on our turn is just horrible, isn't it? It really is. Amulet of Ice, Waning Moon. For 2. So our turn's probably just going to be an E-Strike for 10? Hopefully... So I guess we probably could. So if we play the Nimblism, use the E-Strike Tucker card, it means that we can only block for 2. Only pitch for 1 arcane damage. And then they're going to also use this Eggy Amulet as well, aren't they? Oh, they're playing the Amulet. They can still crack it at instant speed, though, can't they? Gosh, ridiculous. Okay. Right. Right, Nimblism. E-Strike for 10. Is it 10? Yeah. E-Strike, go again and snatch. Yeah, I probably could do that, but I'm just going for the big. I'm just going for the big over the top. Because I want them to see that I'm arsenaling a card. I think I don't want to threaten 2 attacks. I just want to threaten 1 big attack and then arsenal cards. It just gives them something else to think about. So I think that's why I'm just coming in for 10 here instead. Oh, they undid their last action. Okay. So they just taken the 10 damage. Okay. Wounded Bull, here we go. That's just coming in for 8. Because they have lesser life. That's probably why they took the damage, right? Because they can just throw a Wounded Bull at me the next turn for 8. What do we do next turn? C and C? We could go down to 10 and then just C and C them, potentially. Just so there's no response on their side. Yeah, she wants to be at lower life so she can get the advantage, obviously. So I think we just block with 1 card. Yeah, we block with the Bolt and Shot, I think, and then we just CNC using the Fire and Owls to pay for it. I think that's what we do. I think we maybe just conserve life at this point. Just take 3, and then we can just do our own thing. Because this will still blow up their arsenal as well, which is crucial. So I think that's what we need to do. So just CNC, get rid of that. See you later. No D-reacts. Take away that card advantage that they've just potentially gained from putting it in their arsenal. But they will respond to this. Our shields are down. There's so many windows that they can react. It's just crazy how many windows there are. Watch out going low in life yourself. Don't want to get hit with Storm Strider's turn. Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one. It really is. Let's be honest. Azalea versus Icelander. What's likely to happen? So they're going to activate their Brothers in Arms as well to give it +1. And that was all in our turn. It's just mental. Right, E-strike for 7. I think we just try and block out. So we block this out and then just snatch them back. Keep the blue in hand just in case they do any eggy stuff. The same thing that happens in Azalea versus everybody else. I don't agree with that. I think she has some fantastic matches. I've had some great matches recently where I've done really well against other heroes. But yeah, this is a tough one. Right, so we're just going to snatch them for 4. We do have a blue pitch and Defiant Owls to potentially respond with, so I guess that's something. But that's the thing, isn't it? With this game, oh, here we go. If you're going into a tournament, you have to sort of, in order to stand any chance whatsoever, you have to put stuff in your deck that can actually work against this. My deck is very red heavy, but it feels like you need to put a lot of blues in there to stop this garbage, like with the arcane, and you need to put like all the Oasis Respites in there to stop extra damage. It's just very difficult when you have to change your deck in order to combat just one hero that beats you. It's a tough one. So they're still letting 1 go through by the looks of it. They are allowing me to draw a card. Rain Razors in hand, so we're going to have to Arsenal that because it doesn't block. I don't know, it does pitch for 2 though. Yeah, we're going to have to Arsenal that because it doesn't block. So we're going to have to Arsenal that. Discard a card unless I pay 1. Okay. I will pay. Get rid of Remorseless. And it's our turn again, so we can just CNC again. That's probably the best thing to do. Just CNC, paying the Bolton shot. Having 1 left over. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do that again. Here we go. Responding. Here we go. It's frost time. They're finally letting it respond. 6 damage coming in. Blocking with a Wounded Bull. And a Coronet Pake. And an Ironhide Gauntlet. Cancelling their blocks. Come on. Here we go. What's going to happen? They're going to respond with something? Well, there's nothing in their arsenal, actually, to be fair, so they can't, I guess. Yep. So Command and Conquer hit for 2, which means they're turning on any sort of lesser life than you shenanigans. So that is going to happen, unfortunately. They are going to be turning on any lesser life than you shenanigans. Here we go. Lesser life than you shenanigans. Wounded Bollocks. Coming in for 8. What do we do? Just have to chuck everything under it, don't we? Play the Rain Razors out. See, even if we block with things, right, they're taking extra turns, aren't they? Because we're blocking physical damage, but then when it comes back round to them, they can then respond with arcane damage, potentially, with whatever that crap is in their hand still. It's just very difficult, very difficult. So I think we need to keep a blue in hand. So I think we just need to block for yeah, block for 6. Take 2, go down to 9 as well. Probably should have blocked with the headshot rather than a knock, but hey ho. Right. So they're going to Arsenal a card, which is obviously going to be some form of Frostbite shit, isn't it? It's going to be some form of Frostbite egg going on. So let's give them a window to respond. Bolton shot on top. Okay, we'll leave that on there. We still need to play the Rain Razors out, though, probably, don't we? So it doesn't really matter. So we need to play this out and then reload it in with Dreadbore and then hopefully do something. But they could just kill us in their turn. So I think we should have to go for this. Rain Razors. This will force a response from them, 100%. This will force some eggy Frostbite, like this, like Amulet of Ice. Here we go. Activate Tunic. We'll activate our Tunic as well. Here comes the Storm Striders. Here it comes. Red Aether Ice Vein. Amulet of Ice. Amulet of Ice. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Pay 2 or discard a card. What? Twice? We have to do that twice? And then we're going to be taking 5 and discarding a card. Oh my god. Pay 2 or discard a card. We'll pay 2. Pay 2 or discard a card. We'll pay. Now we have no cards left. Waning Moon. Wow. That's crazy. That is absolutely ridiculous. We'll put the battering bolt on the bottom, so we're never going to be able to play that. Yeah, pretty much dead now, so we're just going to chuck this at them. Saving a sink below, but we're on 1 life. We are pretty much dead in the water now, unfortunately. Do have an Oasis Respite, so we can still prevent some large amount of damage. Aether Ice Vein. So this is fused. So we can prevent some of this damage. So we will use this, pitching this. So we are going to gain life from that. So we did survive, but we can't do anything now, which is the issue. We can't do anything now. Bit of a shame. Now, can they kill us now? One red in hand. One red in hand. Can he do the job? Or can they do the job? There we go. Cool. So yeah, that was a tough one. That was a pass the turn and find out. Make the bastard earn it. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's one of the hardest ones. I haven't played too much of that either. Recently, anyway, haven't played too much Icelander recently, but did all that we could do. But there's just too many windows where they can respond. It just doesn't really become a game of flesh and blood. In my personal opinion, just doesn't feel like how the game should be. It's not really a struggle back and forth between two heroes. It's just they're just reacting to what you're doing, and you just have to play on their terms at all times. So it's difficult. Not really an experience that I like, unfortunately. But yeah, that's we're just going to run into that a lot at the moment. Icelanders, obviously, because it just won the World Bloody Championships. Yeah, changed my YouTube name to my Discord. That's much better. Yeah, so yeah, it's only Sven. That's right. Thanks for being a patron of the channel as well, Sven. It means a lot. And thanks for hanging out more and more often. It's nice to see you here. Regular faces all the time now on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is what I like to see. We've got 12 viewers, 7 likes. Can we bring that up, please? Fantastic. All Icelander, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All Icelander. But hey ho, let's go again. And after this game, we'll do the affiliate link draw for the Total Cards affiliate purchases through Dynasty product. We will do the draw for that in a moment. There's 5 names in there, so you've all got a good chance, 20% chance for whoever's done it. So yeah, we'll do that in a sec. But yeah, we're just gonna play another game, see who we get this time. I kind of feel people who don't know what the acronym is in the lobby. Oh, is it GAG playing Azalea? Is that what I've put it as? Is that what I've put the title as? GAG playing Azalea. Oh, look at that! As soon as I said we have Oh, we go. Yeah, Gag. Right, yeah, Gag. Gag playing Azalea. That makes sense. Oh, we got a Katsu. Is this you, Rob? Is this you, Rob? If it is you, turn the stream off, you dirty little man. So, yeah, we'll keep the full list, obviously. We're going to obviously have the purchase. We probably will still have the bullseye. So it is Rob. Katsu, yeah. So Rob Andrews is in Discord, patron of the channel. Fantastic. Nice to see you in the matchup here. I haven't played this matchup at all, actually. So it'd be nice to see whether I get ludicrously destroyed or not. It's going to be a nice matchup to see. I haven't seen Katsu being played in a long time. So the fact that it's obviously going to entail the Crouching Tigers as well is going to be quite fun to see whether I get obliterated or not. So yeah. Just remember how Katsu works. The first time an attack action card you control hits, you may discard a card with cost 0. If you do, go get a combo card, and you can play it this turn. Okay. Plus the Mask of Momentum triggers as well. I need to remember that also. But yeah, we are starting. Quite a defensive hand here. Two defense reactions. So coming in for 1, floating 2, fine. Okay, they're just getting some cheeky damage on me here. Just looking to get some cheeky damage on me. Okay, interesting. Right, so I guess we just load in the bolt and shot. We've only got 1 attack this turn, which is a bit of a shame. That is a bit of a shame. I guess we probably should have blocked with some of the defensive cards first turn. But hey ho, this should threaten something. So if we just activate Dreadbore, pitching, take cover, putting the bolt and shot in. Firing at him for 5, potentially 7. No D-Reacts can be played. We're just going to use this now to get it out of our hand. Push it up to 7. I think I might, if he chooses to let this hit, I might actually reload and then blind activate Azalea, because I'm not actually losing any cards. I'm losing a defensive card, but it could be an attack coming on the top for nothing. So I might just actually do this. I can also use the cross wrap to flip it up before I do so as well. So Sleep Dart, bit of a shame we can't use that. But I think we still will activate her blindly, because we're not going to lose a card. We're going to lose a defensive option, but it could be another attack, which I think could be good. So let's do it. Bolt and shot, lovely old job. There we go. Another 4 coming in because of the rain razors, so that was worth doing. Lost card advantage, but we got some life here. We got another defensive card here, rain razors again, for non-blocks. So Ravenous Rabble coming in here. So for 3, we will just let that hit for us for now. Okay, he's choosing not to do the Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. He is doing Katsu, I think. Okay, here we go. Here's some stuff now. If it hits, the next game's Go Again. Okay, so another thing that grants Go Again. Do we want this to hit? No, we are going to take cover this, I think. Yeah, so we can now block that out, so he's not going to hit us with that. Reload the battering bolt in. So we are fully blocking that, luckily. So no go again for you, sir. And we can still... I think we still just... Depending on what comes at us next, I think we just take the damage and then come back with... So we've been hit, what? How many times have we been hit this turn? Twice? No, this is the second time something's hit, right? Yeah, so now when this comes in, we need to block this, really, to stop the mask. Cool. Fine. So we'll activate the skull bone, see what's on top. Headshot, that can go to the bottom, and then we'll just blast this at him for 6. Could also hurt him as well, because if he lets it hit, stuff like Ancestral Empowerment reactions and stuff will get discarded, and he'll lose that much life. Also, no D-reacts from hand either. There might be one there hiding in the arsenal. But Roberto is saying, well, that's mean. Battering Bolt is, again, coming in clutch here. Because obviously he's going to have a lot of reactions. Again, it works well against Arachne, Dorinthia. I just love this card, man. Absolutely love it. So defending with both pieces of equipment here and still having 2 to block, using 100 wins to do so. Yeah, getting rid of 2 equipment pieces there. Again, we've got not much going on here. We've got an Oasis to potentially prevent... I forgot. Yeah, that's right. There is no mask. There is no mask trigger going on, is there? Because it's Tiger rather than the everything. So we've got crouching tigers now. Tunic. So what's going to go on here? Art of War. Okay, so that pumps up all the tigers. Okay, so this is going to be a big turn. Okay, what's all this going on here? Crouching tigers get +1. So coming in for 3 each. Is that right? Coming in for 2 each. Okay, fine. We'll pass. This could be quite a big turn here, but we need to save it for... Oh, wow, of course. Yeah, Katsu can go find something off of the Crouching Tigers. Well. That's pretty good. Tiger Swipe as well. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. But we're just going to keep taking the 2 for now, and then we're going to try and stop the big thing, whatever that is, this thing here. +2, when it hits, create X Crouching Tigers. You may play them this turn. So I need to stop this from hitting. So this is 5 coming in. So I guess we do need to block here with the... I think, yeah, so block with a CNC, and then I guess block with Nimblism as well, because then otherwise we can't play the Enlightened Strike next turn. There might be a reaction? No. Okay, thank God. Okay, and that's coming in for 2. So that's evened out the life a little bit. There's still going to be something else coming in after this. Another Tiger Swipe coming in here. Fuck me. So we have to stop this, I think. We have to chuck the boots under it and then Oasis it, I think. Yeah. So at least that turn we got rid of 2 Tiger Swipes and an Art of War, and we're still on the same life totals. We do have to pass our turn now, unfortunately, but I think that is an okay result. We just passed it straight back to us. No, yeah, I don't think you managed. I don't think you wanted to do that. So let me just do this again. Yeah, so I think we saw a lot of high value cards get banished or get destroyed there. So I'm happy to see that go. Next turn is looking like a large arrow attack. So I think I'm just going to have to take whatever damage this is here and then just come back in with a very large dominated red in the ledger. I think that's probably the plan, to try and retake some tempo and deal some damage on the crackback. So I think we just take all of this damage, to be honest. So we've taken 6 damage so far. He's going to trigger a Katsu. So we've taken 6 so far. we can come back with a... We can come back for 6. We can come back for 11 and take their next turn off of them. So that's what we have to keep in mind here. If we keep our entire hand and just let them do all the damage, we can come back for 11 and stop their turn, because the red and the ledger is going to go through most of the time, I think. Because it's going to be dominated as well, so I think we just need to do that. I think we just need to take the damage here and hopefully get back into it after firing that off. Could be a bad decision, but haven't played this matchup before, so we'll see. Coming in for 5, so that's now 11 damage. We can still do the same damage back. And now coming in with an E strike for 7, or draw a card. What's he going to do? 5, draw a card. Okay, fine. We're just going to have to take all of that damage. I think that's the best thing to do. Right, let's do this. Leave that on top. So 11 dominate red in the ledger. Yeah, it's a bit of a ballsy move. I think you have to do this every now and again with Azalea. You just have to just do the ballsy play and see if they can deal with it. See if you can get something back. So this is going to hit them for 9, unless they do have a D-react maybe in their arsenal that they can prevent some damage. They are going to take it. They're just going to come back at us with 2. So I guess we could just... We could Ravenous Rabble and Remorseless. Remorseless again is another very good card which we can use. So I think we just take the 2 damage here. Could be the wrong decision. We'll soon find out. 9 damage, 9 life differential here at the moment. Remorseless will also hurt them every action they play as well, so that's also a good thing. So let's Ravenous first of all. Revealing an E strike on the top. Activate Dreadbore, pitch this, put this into there and fire that off as well. So 6 coming in. And then every action will cost them a life if they let it hit. They can't play D-reaction in their arsenal, because I put it in their face up. So again, quite a nice card which will hurt them on their turn. And we have a defensive card on our defensive turn here as well. So are they going to take the damage? They are going to take the damage. Okay, we're going to arsenal card and then just hope that we can just block most of this, which is going to come at us now. And then hopefully they just take a lot of damage as a result of that. And then maybe crack back with a snatch or something. That's probably the best thing to do, is try and defend with these 4 cards and then come back with a snatch which threatens damage and card advantage. So coming in for 1. So the Kodachis, of course, will not allow him to lose life, so we'll go down to 10 here. We'll let him slice and dice us. And see what comes in after this. We can block with everything here. Ideally, we want to be Enlightened Strike and a Snatch, but that's probably not going to happen with what we need to do to block this. So leg tap, we will sink this, I think, because that will be the Katsu trigger prevented for now. I think we keep our hand because it all blocks for, apart from the Snatch that you want to come back with, it all blocks for 3. So that's probably best to do that in case we draw into something that doesn't block. So this is coming in for 5. I think we just block with a fatigue shot and a CNC. Just keep blocking here. See what they come at the end. 100 wins for 3. Block of the E strike. Fine. Come in with a snatch. Threaten 4 and draw. So they are going to defend with a Flick Flack to prevent that from happening. Let's see what they got now. Ravenous Rabble coming in for 3. Our crackback can be a Ravenous Rabble ourselves, So I guess we just try and block this. We just keep blocking. Try and not let Katsu trigger to try and allow him not to find the attack that he needs. I think this is probably the turn where we use our equipment to block, as long as it means that we block everything. I think this is probably one of those turns. Oh, Razor Reflex. Okay, so this is gonna hit us. Nothing we can really do about that. So the Katsu trigger will go off. Coming in with now a Fluster Fist. So I guess we can block for 4 with these things. Coming in for 4 again, revealing a Battering Bolt. It's getting quite slicey and dicey over here at the end, but this is a game of flesh and blood right here. Just these little increments of decision points. I'm on the lower life here. He's now choosing to block with his tunic and take 3. I think. Yeah, that's what he's done. Okay, fine. So we're going to pass, end turn. This is an issue now because we don't have a blocker with Rain Razors doesn't block, so this is probably going to be the death of us now. Coming in for 3. We are going to block with a Bolt and Shot. Rain Razors probably could be the death of us here, but we need it in the deck because it just enables a lot of awesome things. So we just need it in there. Another Razor Reflex happening here. So we're going to force another 3 through. That's 2 Razors we've seen now. So we do have to bear that in mind with the next thing. So now it's coming within Kodachi range. We need to throw this under the bus. Fine. Oh, double strike. See, the thing is, we can come in with a 7 Battering Bolt if we just take the damage. We're just going to take the damage, I think. I think it's probably the best thing to do. Another double strike coming in for 1. Coming in with Assault the Wound for 5. Okay, we do have to block that, unfortunately. Nothing we can do about that. Damn. Okay. Okay, see what we got, I guess. We're on the back foot now. We're in Kodachi range, which basically means they've got more cards than us. So I think they probably kill us this turn, unfortunately. Yeah, they're probably going to be able to kill us this turn because of the fact they have a lot of breakpoints plus the 1/1 on the end of these Kodachis. This is probably going to kill us now because we have to commit 2 cards to this one to begin with. So nothing now is optimal. We are pretty much dead now, unfortunately. Rain Razors in the arsenal does nothing, so we are pretty much dead. Because Bullseye Braces doesn't block. Okay, we've still got another turn. We can activate Azalea blindly, see what we get. Take aim, does nothing. So we've got Feign Death, which is now useless because we're 1 damage away, but we can gain a life back from Oasis. So here we go. What's this do? Crouching Tigers get +1. Okay. Coming in for 1. So we block with Overflex. We use the Oasis here, I think. So we do gain life back. I think we're dead here, though. I think we're dead now. He's still got 2 Kodachis left after this, unfortunately. Yeah, we just need to take this and see what happens. Oh, the Oasis Respite stopped the damage from both double strikes there. He will hit with this though, so we are going to take 1. Bit of a shame. He is going to draw. He's going to give it go again anyway. So that's game. That is game, unfortunately. Just couldn't keep up with the amount of attacks coming in at the end there. I never really had any decent turns either. It's quite back and forth, but just didn't really have any meaningful turns in that game. I don't think that's what it didn't feel like anyway. But again, went down to 4-2. I think maybe in that sort of matchup, that's where we would probably need the Hornet Sting, just to prevent those little increments of damage and maybe deal him an extra damage and all that sort of thing. So yeah, never mind. Does Oasis prevent it both times? Yes, because you name a certain card, and obviously that card just doesn't do damage to you. So if they use the same thing twice, it's still the same card, so it can't. You name a card, don't you? And you prevent. It's the same source of damage, isn't it? So it's the same card. Double Strike is the same card, so therefore you target it, and it negates both instances of damage because it's coming from the same source. But yeah, that was a good game. Actually, no, we'll leave the lobby and we'll do the draw now for the affiliates. So we'll do the draw now for the affiliate prize. So we will do that now. So we have DGTCG. We have E Darkness in Discord, Neros, Ian in Discord, Sigilit, Tobias, and Big Boss Book Club. So this is the draw for the GoAgainGaming mat of choice, which you can find on GoAgainGaming.com. So that website at the moment is going to be changed in the new year. So everything on there is going to drop in price basically when I get my hands on the actual stock rather than doing the business model that I'm doing at the moment. So it's still available for people to see, and you can still buy things on there at GoAgainGaming.com. It's just more expensive than what you'd normally pay for a playmat at the moment because of the model that I'm using. But going into the new year, everything will be a lot less on there. But the person who wins this, you can basically just go onto that website and choose one of the mats on there, and then you'll be able to get that basically. So cool. Right, so let's just spin the wheel then, and good luck to everybody who entered and whoever bought product from my affiliate link. So this is for you guys. So let's spin the wheel and see what happens. Oh, it's a DGTCG. It's a DGTCG. I believe you are also in the chat, sir. DGTCG, you're in the chat, right? DGTCG, speak up if you're in the chat. Pretty sure you are in the chat. But yeah, you're in the Discord. You're a patron of the channel as well. So couldn't go to a better person. Well done, DGTCG, Dave in the Discord. Well done. You are here. Fantastic. Lovely old job. So that is you, sir. So have a look on GoAgainGaming.com right now if you want. And come back and just let us know which one you want. Go and have a look. There's loads of designs on GoAgainGaming.com, as a lot of people know already. It's not something I shout out a lot at the moment because, again, as I said, the whole thing is changing soon. So the website is still up. You can still go and have a look at all the playmats on there. Azalea cult ones, loads of fantasy landscape ones as well. Other characters as well, like Dromai and Dorinthia, and that are on there as well in the sort of anime-ish cute style. So go and have a look if you haven't checked it out already. But yeah, so that's that DGTCG. Well done, nice one. And let's get back to this then. We'll play a few more games. Nice to see other people in the chat congratulating you as well. That's what GoAgainGaming is all about, just spreading the positivity, as always. Fantastic, well done. Good job, people. Playing against a dash. Okay. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of dash this is. Rematch. Yeah, so I think this is the dash that I played the other day. As I mentioned, I beat a dash the other day, and I think they're saying here, did I play you the other day? And they're saying rematch. So I think this is the dash that I played the other day. So I think I either beat them or they beat me. I can't remember. This could have been the one that maximum velocity does. Oh, okay. You did. I won with the maximum velocity. Okay. Nice. Yes, this is the one that beat me then. So this is the one that used maximum velocity at the very end to kill me. Yeah, I'll keep the feigned death in there. But it's going to be interesting to see if that makes a difference. I probably will use Hornet Sting in this one as well, just because it's going to be quite gassy. There's going to be a lot of cards coming in at me. Got no board state at the moment though. Oh, they're choosing the... So yeah, Teklo Pounder of course, so we're going first this time. So I guess we can just activate Dreadball, load in the Bolt and Shot. Or do we load in Remorseless? They're probably going to... Are they going to block? Let's just use Dreadball, pitch the... what do we want to... Should we just go... Yeah, let's just go with Remorseless. Let's pitch the Fire Dow's Fighting Spirit, load in the Remorseless, fire this off at them for 6. Kind of incentivizes them to block, because obviously if they're just going to be pumping out their hand each turn, they will take damage. But obviously this is the first turn, of course they're probably going to block everything out, especially with a non-hit such as this. And rightly so. And then we're gonna load in the Bolt and Shot fatigue shot, and the Sleep Darts are pretty much useless in this matchup. But then saying that, the fatigue shot could also devalue the maximum velocity in the late game if we do manage to shoot them when they do plan to use that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then we'll add this Bolt and Shot to the arsenal. So we've got a fairly okay defensive turn. We can block for 3, 3, 2, and 4. So we can block for 12 there if needed. Hornet Sting as well. We will see what happens here. Block with 1 equipment required. So yeah, well, this is a bit of a shame because this normally would be able to block with the bullseye braces, right? Because obviously it blocks for nothing. It doesn't have blade break, but in this instance we now have to block with something which will just die because they all have blade break, which is a bit of an issue. But we can... no, we can't. We have no choice. We do have to block with something. So let's just block with this, and then we'll chuck in the fatigue shot underneath it. Pass. So it deals 1 damage. So they revealed a fatigue shot on top. We're coming in with another T-bone, so they're just going to T-bone all of our equipment away, which is a bit of an issue. So if I'm facing this sort of dash, I think you do need the bullseye braces, because you can just chuck that in front of it without the blade break. So that's probably a mistake. So I have to block again with another piece of equipment here, which is going to be a bit of an issue. Having to get rid of this equipment so quickly. So yeah, bullseye braces I think is probably still the choice to go with. So now I have to block with all... So they're taking away my entire equipment suite here. Wow, okay. That's atrocious. That is absolutely outrageous, taking away all the equipment. Wow. That is crazy. Okay. Never experienced that before. So we're just going to pass. Goliath Gauntlet. Here we go. Coming with a throttle. Coming in for a 10 go again throttle. So we will just block with these two. God, wow. This is pure aggro, isn't it? Pure boosty boosty. So this is probably another deck that you will probably come up against a lot. Very, very oppressive. Got nothing to do. Have to pass straight back. Go dash. Traitor. Okay, so we can block for 3 against everything here, but we are going to leak some serious damage. Seven. Okay. So we'll block with Remorseless and Fatigue Shot. Leak 1 damage. So it's just going to be blocking as much as I can, really, isn't it? And then so we have half the cards are going to Hanabi Blaster us as well, going down to 28. So they got a 11 life advantage, and we're just on the defensive the entire time. At least the deck race is going well. Yeah, absolutely. That's the only saving grace. But obviously, as we know, there is a maximum velocity coming as well. But this is a interesting way to play the game. You're literally just blocking the entire time, leaking damage, but then also having to deal with a maximum velocity at the end. I'm not really getting any damage through this time either. I'm not leaking any damage myself. So I will do here, which is okay, I guess. So we'll play this, reload this, and then fire this at them for 8. Can't play any D-reaction from hand, so they're only going to be able to play 1 action next turn. So I guess that slows them down a little bit. So it slows them down a tiny bit, but they are fully blocking this now. I was actually be able to do something there, actually be able to slow them down a tiny bit. God, some all sorts of weird cards I've never seen. Okay, right, so this is coming in for 5. Is it boosted? Have they boosted it? Probably. So let's just block for 3, leak 2, and at least we can potentially E-strike for 7. Yeah, okay. And they're blocking with a maximum velocity. So maybe they've got more than 1 this time. Again, Sleep Dart in this matchup, absolutely useless. So you probably could take these out, but Magnetic Shockwave again coming in for 4. There is no boost on this, so I guess we could just take this damage. There's no go again on it, so I guess we could probably just take it and then come in with... Actually, no, we could just Oasis this one. We'll Oasis this one, because we're not going to be able to snatch twice. So we will Oasis this one. Can I give go again at instant speed? Not with a Megaletic, surely. No. So we will use this, pitch this, and prevent that. 4 damage, gain life. And then we can just Rabble and then Snatch next turn. Coming in for 2, revealing a Knock the Death Whistle. Not great, but I guess better than fuck all. I'll put red in the ledger back on top so they know it's coming. Another T-Bone coming in for 2, is it? 3. So I guess we just block, don't we? Zero to 60. Leak 2. Leak 1, sorry. Throttle. 4. Leak 1 again. Our turn, we can just activate Azalea blindly, hopefully get a 0 cost. If not, hopefully something defensive we can use, and maybe even a Feign Death. If a Feign Death is there, that could prevent the maximum velocity turn. It's going to be interesting though, because if we do draw a Feign Death, I think we do need to try and keep it, because it's the only one we have in the deck. So it does mean that we are red in the ledger. It does mean that we have to hold on to a card to a certain degree in order to use it, which is a bit of a shame. So we kind of want that in our arsenal, so we can keep drawing cards that do block. But we'll see. They pass it straight back to us here. So this could be... We've got Seek and Destroy, and then we can follow that. Yeah, we can just do this. We'll Seek and Destroy and then fire this at them, pitching the other red in the ledger. So coming in for 8. They've got 17 cards left in their deck, plus their 5, so they've got 22 cards left against my 47, sorry. But we do need to draw that Feign Death to prevent the maximum velocity. Damn it, as you put red in the ledger on top. Oh, did I? No, I changed it. I think I changed it, didn't I? I drew it because of the... I don't know, actually. I don't know what happened there. So they now have to use their whole hand, and their arsenal is destroyed, which is quite good. So coming in with a zipper hit, that's the only action they've got this turn. So I guess we just block with both these things here. So we're going to sink and then take cover. We are going to sink the... do you want to sink? Yeah, we'll sink the yellow bolt and shot. Feign Death. Okay, we need to put that. We need to put that in our arsenal on the end of our next turn, and then we need to do take cover. Reload in the bolt and shot, and then we need to arsenal the Feign Death, and then I guess don't use it. Just don't attack. Just try and draw into generic attacks. So yeah, we're gonna bolt and shot. We'll get that to the bottom. We'll fire this off at them for 7. Go again. If it hits reload, we are telegraphing that we can reload a card, so maybe that forces them to block a little bit. But we do want the Feign Death in the arsenal for the maximum velocity, which is obviously going to come at us if they do deck out. They've got 16 cards left, so it is going to come at me very, very soon. So going to take 6. We are going to reload a card, and we're going to keep that there. And again, we've got a couple of 1-2 punches here as well. So coming in for 8 with go again. I guess we do need the 1 for Feign Death, so we will just try and leak some damage here. So blocking for... So leaking 2. Always need to keep up 1. Zipper hit for 4. We'll block with the rabble. And then if this is a maximum velocity, then... Well, no, that's probably not going to kill us, no, is it? No. Okay, fine. So that's fine. Coming in for 4, we'll go again. Fine, we'll take it. So yeah, we just need to keep this Feign Death in our arsenal now, because we can just keep coming in with... Okay, fine. Take that as well, I guess. And then we can just respond with a 4 card draw. Because they now have 10 cards left. That's all they have. They have 10 cards left. So if this strategy works with Feign Death, I'm going to be very happy. So I'm just going to... Oh, I think I just need to play this out. It doesn't block. Let's just play it. Very defensive hand here. Very defensive hand. So we'll see what happens. You've got 10 cards left. 10 cards remaining. So if this Feign Death pays off, I'm going to be very happy. Because that's the reason I put it in here, for this matchup specifically. They're going to end their turn. Okay. Fine. I'm going to end my turn as well then. They're searching out another item. Okay, so now they're getting into the game where they know I've arsenaled something which is going to blow them out. So now they're trying to set up, so I'm just going to keep passing back and see what they do. They've blocked with a maximum velocity, but I don't know whether they have another one. So I'm just putting the ball in their court again. Depending on what they're going to do here. They've got 2 cards left in their deck, so they've got 7 cards left. That's all they've got. I think everyone is screwed, yeah. Someone has to make a move, but I don't know I don't know how that's going to... This would probably go to a draw, right? I can check the banish zone, yeah. So they've banished away... They haven't banished away a maximum velocity, but they have blocked with 1, I believe. Yeah, they've blocked with 1. So I don't know whether they have 2, but they've got 7 cards in their deck now. That's it. And we have 39 cards. So, so you're the aggro player. Come on, Dash. You're the aggro player. Attack me. What are you doing? I just messed up my grand plan, he says, or they say. Messed up the grand plan. Got greedy with the Techlo core. Oh no. I needed 3 cards in my deck. So they're saying they needed 3 cards in the deck, and I'm asking what for? In order to boost 3 times. What's that for? Maximum velocity? Yeah, but they're assuming that they can hit me with maximum velocity. I have a Feign Death in my arsenal, which should prevent all the damage. The game ain't over yet. Come at me, is what I'm saying to him. So they're coming with a T-bone. Okay, pass. Sink. I'll put the nimblism on the bottom. Coming in with a 0 to 60. Block for 2. They now have 2 cards in their deck. And let me guess, one of those is a maximum velocity. Okay, so now we just activate Azalea blindly, I guess. C and C. So yeah, we got there in the end against this dash. By the looks of it, they got 1 card in their hand, which is obviously maximum velocity. So they just weren't able to play it, unfortunately. So we got there in the end. Azalea's Revenge was a success. It was, and they're saying that obviously they're saying that their deck is high variance, that they boosted away their good cards, but that is the nature of Dash. Unfortunately, that's what happens. You have to deal with it. Dash is very balls to the wall, so I guess you just have to deal with it. There's nothing you can really do about that. That's the game that they were obviously playing. They were boosting loads and loads of cards away. If you're playing that strategy, you can't complain about the strategy. So GG's, well done. So there we are. Sorry, I've missed a chat. Yeah, so they're basically assuming that they would have won if they were allowed to boost 3 times and then hit me with a maximum velocity. But the way that I was building that end game up was I was allowing them to leak damage. I was allowing their attacks to leak damage so that Feigned Death would be turned on, so that when they did come in with the 10 damage from maximum velocity, I could just pitch the 1 and prevent that damage from happening, and therefore they would be in the same position. Or that's at least what the game plan was, and to an extent it worked. They may have made some errors, or they may have banished away cards they needed in order to get their grand strategy, but their grand strategy is boosting. It is pure aggro, Teklo Pounder, boost, aggro, dash. That is their strategy. And of course it's going to be high variance. If you're boosting cards off of the top to achieve your strategy, there's no mitigating that risk. You have to do that. That's what you have to do as a dash. You have to go balls to the wall from the very start, and that's what they did. So they can't complain about their strategy when that's what they're doing, can they? Am I being unreasonable or not? Max velocity could be in the arsenal. Doesn't matter whether it was in the arsenal or not. I would have prevented it with Feigned Death. Rangers complain about not getting an arrow. I don't. I love my normal attack actions. I love snatches and enlightened strikes and CNCs and Findals, fighting spirits. I don't need arrows. Fun deck to play. Crashes hard though. Yeah. Very, 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 very cowabunga, isn't it? Just playing your entire hand, and yeah, as you say, it can crash hard like it did there. It just you just deck yourself out so quick, and that's the problem as well. You don't know what's on top, so you don't know what you're banishing. You don't know what you are banishing. It is a gamble with Dash, Andres. You're right. It's a gamble because you don't know what's on top. You're just blindly throwing everything at the opponent as quickly as you can with the Teclo Pounders, of course. Starting with that item in play, it's just giving you that buff constantly with all of your boost cards. So that is your strategy. You shouldn't be complaining or worrying about the top card of your deck or certain cards being boosted away, and that's pivotal to your strategy, because it's not pivotal to your strategy, because your strategy is crundle on in and not worry about what you're boosting away, because you want all of your things to have go again. It was very, very rough, that game, because obviously I lost all of my equipment straight away, and I still managed to come out on top. So I think I played the right way in that game. Have won multiple times against Dash by just blocking a little and hammering. The key is to not boost everything. Exactly. The key is not to boost everything. You have to think about what the most optimal line of play is, and hopefully not boost away your key cards and stuff. I mean, I don't play Dash, I don't know, but that strategy seems to very much be boost everything. Everything in your deck has go again. That seems to be the strategy. Just try and win the race as quickly as you can. You can't mitigate that. If you're just going for the pure race, pure gamble strategy, which is what they were doing by the looks of it, you can't mitigate that risk, unfortunately. You just have to go for it. I wouldn't play boost against Azalea, it'll be pistol death. Yeah, but doesn't the list look completely different then, in that case? You have to run the induction chambers and all that sort of stuff. You need to slow down a little when with Dash. First few turns, boost like crazy, then build up to see what you can boost. That makes sense as well, yeah. But they were saying, oh, they boosted away their pulse wave harpoons and all that sort of stuff, you know. Yeah, you can definitely play both, but can you have the same? Can you change out the list? Can you have pure boost dash and then also pistol dash as well at the same time, or do you have to commit to one? Your build includes both. Oh, there we are then. Yeah. If you can do that, then yeah. If you see an Azalea, maybe you switch out to more of a fatigue pistol style strategy and accumulating value over the course of the game and trying to block out everything. Some people have a hybrid list, yeah. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, we got there in the end. Lovely old job. I prefer pure defensive pistol dash if I want to do pistol, yeah. Sideboard, the ability to drop out the boost cards into a control needed matchup makes dash good. Yeah, that's true. I guess you would need to make that decision if you're playing against Azalea. But my Azalea list is, well, I guess people won't have a clue about my deck, surely. How would you sideboard against it when you don't know what it does? Head into Guardian 2 often to have pistol variant. Absolutely. Let's go again. I'm not going to name the game this time. I'm just gonna do random, see what happens. Playing against Dorinthia. Okay. So I think we need I think the last time I played Dorinthia and won against her, I used a Hornet Sting. So I think maybe we use the Hornet Sting here, and we'll keep the rest of the deck. And let's go, I guess. Who's going first? So they are going first. They got a saber and a dagger here. So what does a dagger do? If another weapon you control is going go again, this has go again. So potentially 3 attacks each turn here. So there's no Dawnblade, but if they hit with a weapon, they can attack again with it. Okay, fine. So Centauri saber, if it's defended by an attack action, it gets +1. Okay, so we'll just... so glint, so it's gaining go again. Quicksilver Dagger will have go again because he's given the other weapon go again, so he's going to be able to come in with 1 and then potentially another attack after that as well. So this is going to be coming in for 5. This will have go again as well because of the fact of it's the other weapon got go again. So maybe like attack action Dorinthia. Oh, okay, no. So arsenaling a card. So I guess we can just... So we can load in the bolt and shot with the Oasis Respite, fire that off, plus the snatch. Yeah, so if we pitch the Dreadbore, pitch this, put this in there, and then seek and destroy it, and then fire this off for 6, go again, and then come in with the snatch afterwards. Blocking with a Steel Blade Supremacy. Nice to see that go. Could take 2 damage. Let's flip it up. Keep the red in the ledger on top, but then we're going to fire this at them for 4. So it means we're going to draw the red in the ledger if they allow this to hit, which means we can just arsenal that, which is nice. So they are blocking with some stuff. Nice to see that Spoils of War go as well. Okay. New Dory energy indeed, absolutely, yeah. I've never seen this before. So next turn is going to be potentially loading in something with knock and then firing it off. Potentially red in the ledger, most likely. So we can block with the bolt and shot here, I think. So they're going to give that go again, plus the next weapon attack's going to be coming in for 4 with the Quicksilver, plus the Quicksilver will have go again as well itself. So we could leak 1 damage here by pitching the Remorseless in front of it. We could also block with a Hornet Sting and potentially deal them 1 damage. So we probably will do that. I'll get rid of this now. Read the Glide Path is on top. Okay. Cool, so then we will just activate Dreadbore, pitch knock, put this into there and fire it off for 6. No Arsenal card, which is good. And then having to block with 2 cards here, or maybe some equipment to stop the on-hit going through, which is obviously going to prevent them from swinging all of their swords along the way. So this could be a nice little transaction here, blocking with dynamos as well, or no, sorry, the bracers. So taking away their fridge 1 piece at a time. Are they going to commit a card as well? That would be nice to gain some card advantage. No, they're not. Okay, so they're going to take 1 action this turn. And then our next turn is not looking great. What does this do? Can't be defended by... Play influence, activate defense reactions this combat turn. If it's defended by a card... If it isn't defended by a card with power greater. Okay, fine. Right. So I think we just let this hit. So it's going to gain +2, so it's probably going to leak some damage. But we have no attacks to... I think we just take damage here. So they are going to pump it up, that's fine. So, yeah, we go down to equal life, I guess. They are going to arsenal a card. I guess we can't... There's no attacks that we can do here, so that's a bit of a rubbish turn. We can put something in with Dreadbore and activate Azalea blindly to maybe get something. So I think that's probably the best thing to... Oh, no, we can't, because we don't have any arrows. So we can't do that either. So we're just going to pass. Let them come at us. Put a sink below there. Another overflex. So we've got a massive load of buffs in hand here, which doesn't happen often. But we can block with these effectively because it's only 2, so we can do that. So let's just chuck in the overflex. Giving that attack go again, so obviously the Quicksilver Dagger's turned on. So the Quicksilver Dagger's coming in now. There's probably going to be a reaction over the top of this, so I guess we could potentially block There's not much that gives +5, is there? No resources floating, so I guess we could block with one of these things, and then we'll block with the Nimblism, and then they're probably going to react to give it +4, maybe? +3, okay, fine. So we will use this Sink Below. Hopefully draw something that we can use. A Bolt and Shot, lovely old job. We can use that with the Tunic trigger next turn. So we are fully blocking out that attack. Does have Go Again though, so maybe there is another Exude Confidence coming in here for 4. They can't buff this one though, so we will go down to 30, unfortunately. But I'm glad to see another one of those go. And here we can just load the Dreadbore with the Tunic trigger. We can opt, see what's on top, a take aim, get rid of that, and then we'll just fire this at them for 8. Blocking with the Dynamos again. Dynamo's probably going to be one of the most valuable pieces in this Dory build, because you're swinging with weapons you're swinging with 2 weapons every turn, right? So you're going to be able to take that counter off every single time, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. So this next turn seems quite good. If we use the Command and Conquer to load in the Bolt and Shot, it's going to be a 4 with Go Again if it hits reload. If they allow it to hit, the Remorseless goes in, then we use the other Remorseless to potentially come in with some serious damage. But the Remorselesses don't really work on Dorinthia because she's swinging with weapons. It doesn't actually bring her life total down. So I think this is coming in for 4 if we block with an attack card, because obviously it's going to get buffed. So I think we just need to throw a CNC at them next turn. So we'll just block. We'll leak 1 damage here. So 2 life difference at the moment, and then finally we can just do this. Come with a CNC, blow up their arsenal, take away that card advantage. Hopefully, they've still got -1 on all these things. They can block with their courage. Does that have blade? No, it's temper. Yeah. Thought they would block with that. See what happens here. De-react from Arsenal. Are they saving a de-react in their Arsenal here? No. So we're just going to put this in and pass. So gained card advantage and life advantage here. Oh dear. We've got Remorseless in our Arsenal. Let's just take 2 for now and see what happens. We'll go down to 27 unless they react. They've got a Blade Runner, so obviously that's going to give the Quicksilver Dagger some extra damage plus Go Again. So we're on the same life at the moment. But our next turn could be quite good. Four damage. So our next turn is a Remorseless for 8, pretty much. So we can probably still maintain a card somewhere here. Let's just block with this Bolt and Shot. Leak 1 damage. And they got another swing after this, I think, with the Centauri Saber. Okay. So they can banish a top card, is it? They can play it. Okay, fair enough. In the swing. Okay, so it's bringing it up to 5. So we're going to take 5 damage here. Bit of a shame, but we are going to crack back quite hard with this next one. So we are going to opt. Take cover. That can stay on top, I think, for defensive. But then we're just going to throw a Remorse at them for 8. Keep the Fyendal's Fighting Spirit in hand. Sorry, going to Arsenal that, sorry. So every action they play next turn will cost them a life. Not that that really matters, because obviously they're not using many actions, are they? They're using all reactions. So they're going to take 7. Then we're going to Arsenal this. Okay. So Centauri Saber coming in for 2. I think we just take that 2 to go down to equal life. Unless there's a reaction over the top. Probably just be a Go Again reaction. Yep, Blade Runner. So giving it Go Again. Buffing up the Quicksilver Dagger. So that's fine. We take 2. Go down to 20 each. So coming in for 3 now, so they are going to be able to swing with this Centauri Saber again after this. So I think we just, if we come in with the Fire and Dallas Fighting Spirit next turn, pitching the 3 here for that. So we're just going to block this for now. And then we just try and block out whatever comes next with the... let's see if they do anything to this. Let's block that Snatch out. See what's on top. It's a Snatch. Get that to the bottom, and then we're just going to Fire and Douse them for 6. Not gaining a life, unfortunately, but they're blocking so much of these Valiant Dynamos, putting in so much work. Quite a defensive hand here, but there's no crackback on this turn at all, which is a bit of a shame. So we are just going to take 2 here. They are going to draw a card and give it go again. Oh, they're not going to draw a card because I didn't defend with anything. Okay, fine. So the only line we have here is to reload maybe something into our arsenal and then Memorial Ground it to then do something. So I think we're just going to have to take some damage here, or block with the Perch Grapplers, and at the very least, so let's just see. Okay, so this one is not. This one is buffed by the thing, so we're going to have to take cover this one. Do we reload a card? So we've got any 0 cost arrows in our thing, in our. Oh no, we can put anything with 0 cost, can't we? So we could put. We don't have any 0 cost arrows in our graveyard though. We have a bolt and shot, so I guess we could reload. Let's just reload this because we can still use this if we need to, if they come in with something else. Coming in with another Centauri Saber for 2. I think we're going to take this damage. They've got nothing else going on. They are going to draw a card if this hits though. That's the problem. So I think we just chuck in the Perch Grapplers under this one so they don't draw a card. So that Steel Blade Supremacy was absolutely useless for them, which is great. And now we can come in with a... Oh, we got a Tunic Trigger, so we can actually come in with a 1-cost arrow, which is nice. If we Memorial Ground it, which is good. So we're going to Memorial Ground in the... what do we want to do here? Red in the Ledger? I think so. Activate Azalea. Give Red in the Ledger Dominate, and then we'll use the Tunic to fire it off. Then we also got Rain Razors in hand, so we can push over another 2 damage, which will only allow them to play 1 action, which is nice. They are going to fully block this out by the look of it. And then we will just Rain Razors it to give it an extra little boost. So pushing it up to 7. Hitting them for 3, and then they can only play 1 action this turn. Coming in with a Snatch, we will... Oh, what do you want to do here? Because ideally we want to be playing the Overflex, loading in the Headshot, which will become a 8. So we can use the Rain Razors to fuel that. So we are just going to sink below the Snatch. Not going to put anything on the bottom. So yeah, we're going to use the Overflex, pitching the Rain Razors, put this in there, and then... Oh, we don't get the thing because obviously it's not put in there face up, which is a bit of a shame. But we can still fire it off regardless. We might as well opt then with this. We'll leave that on top for now. We'll just fire this at them for 6. Not as deadly as I thought it would be, but hey ho, still 6 damage coming in. So blocking with another Steel Blade Supremacy. I'm nice to see that go. We've got another defensive hand here with the Sink Below and the Oasis Respite, which is quite nice. Coming in with Spoils of War. This seems wasted. Okay, so 4 go again, so we'll pass on that. Because we can still respond at instant speed if they tend to... So we are going to sink. We will sink one of these arrows. We're going to sink the Fatigue. Getting a Bolt and Shot, okay. Coming with a Quicksilver Dagger for 1. They got nothing floating, got 1 card, so we could just let this hit us for 1. They are going to get some coppers, but that doesn't really matter, I guess. They can now swing again with the dagger, because obviously it's hit this turn. So some interesting interactions with this Dory build. Braveforge now popping off. Coming in with a 2 here. So I guess we just let that hit as well. So going down to similar life totals. And we just load in Dreadbore with the Sleep Dart and fire that off this turn. For 6. And then Arsenal this Respite. So this is good, this slows Dory down a bit as well, because obviously if it hits she can't use the swords. Still chucking away their fridge under it. That Valiant Dynamo has done so much work. It's crazy. Blocking with another Spoils and a Singing Stillblade. So blocking for 8 here to prevent this on hit going through, which is nice to see. And then we're just going to Arsenal this card. Got Feign Death here, so we could potentially use this to our advantage, potentially. But I think we do need to get that Oasis Respite out of our arsenal, potentially. We'll let this hit and see what happens. Because we can still snatch worst case scenario. They're going to run through, so they are going to come in with the Quicksilver Dagger now. We are on lesser life now, so if we play the Oasis Respite, we can actually gain that life back. Okay, so that's coming in for 4, so we will now use the Oasis Respite. We'll pass. We use this, pitch the Snatch probably, and then target the Centauri Saber, gain a life. Because now what we can do is we can knock the Death Whistle for the Battering Bolt and then give it Dominate, and that's going to do some serious damage potentially. So if we knock, we'll go and get Battering Bolt on top. We'll reload this Sleep Dart in, activate Azalea's ability, give this Battering Bolt Dominate, and then fire it off for 6 Dominate. If it hits, they discard all of their reaction cards, which is pretty much what they're doing a lot of at the moment. So this is a crucial card in this situation, because they can only now block with 1 card from hand and their Valiant Dynamos. So I think this is going to do some serious damage to them. They are going to have to block with both of their equipments here to prevent this from happening. But that's 2 plus potentially a 4 in here is still not enough to prevent the on-hit effect of this. So I think this is going to hit and deal some serious damage, hopefully. You can see that they're already blocking with a reaction. So I'm hoping that they have other reactions in hand or other non-action cards that can get discarded. And then as a result of that, they're going to lose life from the Battering Bolt. Let's see. Yep, so hit them for 1. And they lost 1. So they lost 1 card out of that. We have a non-hand here. They are going to cash in a copper. So our turn potentially is going to be E-Strike and Snatch. So I think that's probably what we need to do. So I think we probably just need to take the damage here. Maybe chuck in even the Skullbone and the Tunic to soak up 2 damage if this is coming in here. So coming in with a Snatch for 4. They are going to gain some card advantage. But I think we've got enough pressure to push back on them, because we can't block anyway. Because we can't block anyway, so we may as well chuck both of these now under the bus just to conserve some life. Maybe that's the wrong decision, but I think that's getting to that point now where we just need to go crundling on in. They have got an Arsenal card now, but I think this is probably the best way to do it. So we're going to play this, and we're going to put the Memorial Ground and choose Go Again. So coming in for 5, and then we can follow that up with the Snatch, and then obviously put the Rain Razors in our arsenal as well. So Fine, that's that. So they are. I am going to draw. Yeah, battering bolt is very good, especially if you're running quite a few blues in the deck. If you're using Dreadbore, you can load it in there with +1, so it becomes a 7 attack, which can destroy all of their reactions if you're playing against those heroes. So yeah, I think it is very good. And obviously it makes them lose life as well if you are playing those heroes. I think it's an all-round very, very good card. So we're going to pass. We're going to put this Rain Razors in our arsenal, just because it doesn't block. And then we're going to be experiencing a 2 damage attack here coming in from this. So we will block for 3 of this Endless Arrow. Blade Runner, okay. Coming in for 5. We can block with one of these cards and then just find Owls next turn. So we will do that. Take 2, go down to 10. Still quite close though. Still very, very close. Very nip and tuck this game. Very nip and tuck. I'm ahead on the card game, the card in the deck game, but apart from that, we can activate Azalea blindly here because we can still crundle on in with this afterwards. Let's see what's on top. Endless Arrow with Dominate. We could shoot that, but I think it's probably best just to come in with the Find Owls for 6. Because this is now 66% of their life total coming in. But yeah, this is very much a war of attrition. Again, I'm winning on the card front with regards to the amount of cards. They are going to sink here. So they're still going to be taking 1 if this goes through. Cool, still got the card advantage going on here, and I've got a bit of a better turn with regards to a buffed arrow. I've got potentially a 10 attack, 11 attack arrow coming in next turn, so I think we just need to go for that. I think we just need to take the damage here, because you've got 6, so you've got 3 plus 3 plus 1, 7 plus this is 11 damage plus card advantage, so I think we just need to do that. I think we just need to block with Bolt and Shot, and then just take whatever this extra damage is. Just need to go back and change the music because the music's run out. Wow. Cool, right, so that's that. So we are going to Seek and Destroy, read the glide path, see what's on top, Bolt and Shot. We can give that Dominate, but we don't want to, I don't think. Or do we? No, I think we want the card advantage, don't we? Let's go, 10 damage. If it hits, back to the hand. That's it. You chuck your hand in front of it, sir. If they got a 4 defense react in their arsenal, I can still push this over the top. So we'll see what happens. Okay. I'll put this in my arse. So I'm a little bit ahead now. They now have to use all their cards in their hand because they are going to have to discard them. So I'm taking away that card advantage as well that they might want to use. So with here, I'm just going to block for 2 with this D-react, I think. So I think we have another Battering Bolt in the deck. So I think we can use that potentially to kill them with. So I think we have 3 in this deck. We have used 1 and we've got 1 in hand, so we still got a Battering Bolt left, so we can dominate a Battering Bolt, which will probably do the trick. So I think we're just going to take 3 here and see. Yeah, I think this is if we block with the Snatch, we can still knock. Oh no, we can't use oh, we can. Yeah, we can. Right, we're just going to take the 1. Sod it. We'll take the 1. Could be a mistake, but we're going to knock for... Oh, it's not in there. It's not in there. Maybe we made a mistake. Maybe there is only 2 in there. But let's go for red in the ledger. It's going to be dominated anyway, isn't it? So let's just do that, I think. Let's just fire this at them. Put the Battering Bolt in our arse next turn. They can't use any D-reacts. So So they have to block with one card, which is not going to be a D-React because they can't play it from hand, so it's only going to be 3. They can't use any D-Reacts from hand. They can't use any D-Reacts from hand. Are they going to undo their turn? Is that one for the Dreadbore Jar? Is that one for the Dreadbore Jar? Because they've passed their turn. Unless they have a Oasis Respite or something. Okay, they undid their last action. I think that is one for the Jar. So yeah, let me just... That is one for the Jar. That is one for the Jar. One Dreadbore Jar in the jar today. Lovely. Cool. So we're going to add that to our arsenal, and yeah, they're going to come in with one action. This is probably worth overblocking because they might have a reaction to push it over the top. So we are going to block with Endless Arrow here, and then we're going to pass. They are going to Blade Runner that, but that's not going to do anything because they only have one action this turn anyway. So that's game, I think, because I can just Battering Bolt now with Rain Razors over the top. Oh no, we can do that. So yeah, we're going to play Battering Bolt, pitch this to play for it, and then it's coming in for 6. If it hits, they discard all their reactions. Plus we've got another 2 over the top with Rain Razors. So is Battering Bolt going to be the MVP yet again against Dorinthia? Rain Razors, is it enough? Is it enough? Sink below from the arse. Okay, he's using all his cards against it though, which is good. He's using all of his cards against it. This is going right down to the wire. We have quite a go wide turn coming in next. So 2 coming in, so we can block with... We will use the Oasis to get rid of this, I think. Pitch this. Stop the Centauri Saber. So that means the Centauri Saber just won't deal any damage this turn. Because we're preventing that source of damage. So they can't do any damage from Centauri Saber. So I think that just takes away a lot of their value. Yeah, okay, cool. So we're just going to Rabble. Coming in for 4 with Go Again. The Rabble is lethal. The Rabble is lethal. They're going to take 1. Okay, we're going to activate Dreadbore. We're going to pitch this, put this in for 5 and shoot it off. So even if they have a D-React in their arsenal, it's still going to leak 1 damage. Still going to leak 1. And we are still maintaining card advantage to a certain degree and some life advantage. But we do have to remember that we do need to potentially overcommit to blocks because they do have reactions. We're at 5, so they could still kill us out of nowhere here. So we do have to be careful about that. That's the only thing. So we'll block for 2 and see what happens. They've got 2 floating. Blade Runner, okay. And then they've got another card coming in after this, which is the Quicksilver Dagger, and then potentially something else behind it. So I think we need to block. Yeah, this is a... They've got nothing floating now. They're going to cash in their copper token. And they're coming in with a dagger. Let's just see. Coming in for 3. Let's just take it, I think. Going down to 2. They can then swing again with that? Or can they? They can swing again. Brave Forge Bracers. So I do have to block this now with a card. Okay. This is going right down to the wire. This is where Hornet Sting will be good, right? So we're just going to E-strike for 7. Fate Foreseen. Fate Foreseen again. At least I'm taking their cards away, right? They got 2 against 4. I've got a Feign Death. And 2... Oh no. This could be the death of me. This could be the death of me. Potentially. So they're coming in for... Coming in for 2. Need to be careful now because they've got 2 floating. They can attack 3 times here. So I think I need to... I think this might be their game now. I think this might be their game because they can attack potentially 3 times here, and I've only got 2 cards that can block. That's the issue. I think they've won in this. I think they've won here. No, they haven't. Oh, fuck me. Okay, right. So activate Dreadbore, pitch this Feign Death, put the headshot into their face up, and then fire it at them for 5. Well, 7. Because of the Rain Razors. I'm very lucky. I think that was going to be game there. And again, they need to sink this. They need to put something in their arsenal to stop this from happening. Otherwise, they die because of this Rain Razors. So we will see what happens. They are overblocking. We're going to rain it. See if we can get the 1 through. GG, we win. Lovely old job. Do we get a GG back, or are they just going to disconnect? No, we do get a GG back. Nice. Lovely old job. There we go. A win against Dorinthia. So yeah, I think yeah, that came down to that last turn. If they could have attacked 1 more time on that turn that they had there, they would have killed me. And then luckily I just had enough to push another damage, that 1 damage over the top. So it's very feast or famine, isn't it? Rain Razors, you know, things like that. They don't block, but they can get you the win just like that. You know, pushing that extra damage over the top is what it can come down to in a game of Flesh and Blood, and that's what it should come down to. That was an absolute battle to the death. That was fantastic. That was a very, very good game. So yeah, I think I made the right decision with having the Hornet Sting, because I've run that twice now against Dorinthia, and it has allowed me to block certain thing out and deal that extra damage to them over the course of the game. So if that Hornet Sting did not deal that extra 1 damage there, I would have probably lost, because that Rain Razors would have not killed them. They would have been on 2 life, and that would have leaked 1. So Hornet Sting, the extra 1 damage really coming in there as well. Battering Bolt also doing some great work as always against Dorinthia, Arachne. I swear there's other heroes that like don't like Battering Bolt either. But yeah, that was pretty good. So 2 losses and 2 wins tonight, 50-50. And those other 2 games, Icelander was miserable. What was the other game we lost? What was the other game that we lost? Can't remember. But it's been 2-2 tonight. 2-2. Rosetta Thorn. Not sure if you should leave Hornet Sting till closer to the end of the game. Yeah, probably. But the value that was gained out of it still did that 1 damage and still got me to that same place. But yeah, it's good. It's quite a difficult one to know when to use it, I guess. Just need to check my messages quickly. I will be right back. Might be able to have time for a few more tonight, because obviously I've got no curfew. I'm at a Christmas party tonight as well, so tomorrow as well, so I don't actually have to go to work tomorrow. So yes, I'll be with you in 1 moment. Is there people still here? It looks like it. People actually stuck around. Fantastic. We're going to play some more then. Okay. Okay. So we are back. Probably going to be playing maybe a few more games. And I think from now on we're just going to we're not going to put in the chat Gag playing Azalea, because I feel like we get more varied opponents when nobody knows who it is who's actually playing. So I think we're just gonna do random game names like the default game names now, because I think it attracts more varied opponents. We'll see. But yeah, we've still got some people in the chat, so if you're still here, thank you very much. We're going to play some more, and then it's time for bed. But yeah, no real clock on tonight, unfortunately. Fortunately. So yeah, let's go again. So we're 2-2 at the moment. Two and two at the moment. We'll see what else we get today. I think Feign Death is probably useless against warriors, because it's more like 5 damage, 6 damage, 5 damage. So I don't think Feign Death really comes in handy in those sorts of damage lines. So I think I'm going to take out against warrior matchups. I will keep the Hornet Sting in there, I think, for warrior. What else? I think that's pretty much it. I think the Feign Death, I wasn't happy to see that in that warrior game, so we're going to take that out next time if we are facing another warrior. Apart from that, I think that match went quite well. It was very, very close. I thought they had me at the end there, but they didn't, luckily. But yeah, just waiting for another opponent now. Just waiting for another opponent. So yeah, we lost against Icelander. We lost against... who else did we lose against? Lost against Icelander. Lost against Katsu. That was another close game. And then we won against Dash, and we won against Dorinthia. So that's the record so far. Icelander, Dash... Icelander, Katsu, Dash, Dorinthia. And now Viserai. So... See, I'm torn as to whether to use Arcane Barrier 3 against Viserai, but I think the 2 is... I think we're going to try... Nah. No, we're not. We're not going to bother. We will use Feign Death, though, against him, I think. So let's go first. Let me just change over the screen. So yeah, playing against Viserai this time. Going first, using all of our cards. We'll see how this goes. Haven't had too much luck against Viserai. It's been quite... It's just figuring out the damage composition. It's difficult. It's a difficult one. Okay, let's start then. Let's go. See what we got. So we've got a lunging press and a remorseless in our starting hand here, and a rain razor. Sorry. So I think we're just going to load in the remorseless with. Oh no, I don't want to pitch the remorseless. Pitch the lunging press. There we go. Come in for 6, and maybe push the on hit over the top. Hopefully. Push the on hit over the top. Running Dread Scythe. Interesting. So this Viserai is using Dread Scythe. Wow, wow, wow. This is going to be interesting. So they're going to lose a life from the Rune Blood incantation. Probably should have then, in this case, used the... we're not going to choose to deal any damage there, so we're going to pass, and we are going to take cover this, I think. Interesting though, Dread Scythe, never seen it being played, so we are going to take cover this. I'm just going to CNC next turn. That's all we're going to do, and then Arsenal the red bolt and shot, or the red ledger, sorry. So yeah, we're just going to fire this CNC at them. Try and get rid of their Arsenal card. Blocking with Rattlebones. And... okay, blocking with 2 cards and the Grasp. Okay, cool. Nice to see those go. Then we're going to add Red and Ledge to the arsenal. Mordred coming in. Read the runes as well. So they've got quite a lot of rune chants going on. Quite a lot of rune chants going on here. They just pass straight back. So it looks like they're going for like an OTK sort of thing. So we are going to opt Remorseless on top again, so we will leave that there. And I think what we will do here is we will crack our Perch Grapplers. We don't do this often, but I think this is probably one of the best times to do it. So we are going to crack the Perch Grapplers, pitching this blue to give Remorseless, to give Red in the Ledger go again. We could use the Remorseless to give it Dominate. We could do that, but I think they're going for more OTK, so let's try and just fire this at them with go again. And we can also use a Tunic trigger to get in the Bolt and Shot, and if that hits, we can then reload. Then we can then reload the Remorseless and fire that at them as well. So this is quite a good turn, because we've got quite a lot of good cards that we can use to just chain them all together. So they are going to take 1 damage, and they can only play 1 action next turn. That action's going to be quite good though, because obviously they've got quite a lot of rune chants there, so Red in the Ledger probably not working too well against the sort of OTK strategy, because once it's built up enough, you can just fire all those rune chants at once. So we're going to use the Tunic to use Dreadbore. We're going to load in the Bolt and Shot into our arsenal and fire this off for 5 go again if it hits reload. So they are stopping that from happening. And we don't really want to be cracking the Bullseye Bracers just yet, because that is our only other source of Arcane Barrier. We could try and do it, but I don't think... maybe it is worth doing. Just because of the fact that we do have it. We're just going to do it. Okay. So a very, very red heavy hand. So they are just ending their turn and passing it straight back to me. So they are just going for the OTK by the looks of it. They are going for that. So Bolt and Shot on top. So can we give that any buffs? No, we can't. So that can go to the bottom, I think. So no go again. Bit of a shame. So I think we will just activate Azalea and see what we get, because we can still come in with a Snatch. Probably, is this Looming Doom deck? Could be Looming Doom. Haven't seen it yet, but yeah, Looming Doom is obviously going to be punching those rune chants for 2 damage each time instead, so that could be a good shout. So we are just going to activate it blindly, see what happens. Hopefully it's a buff of some sort. It's a Bolt and Shot. Okay, it's not going to have go again though, because its power is not greater than its base, so that's pretty rubbish, unfortunately. So we are just going to fire this at them for 4. Not much else we can do. That was a weird hand. That was a very strange hand. That doesn't have to happen often. Sometimes that's just what happens to Ranger though. It just bricks a little bit, doesn't it? Sometimes. So we are just going to load the Snatch into our arsenal, I think, because it doesn't block. Well, we just drew another one. Brilliant. Rune Blood Incantation. So yeah, they are going full rune chant generation here. But they haven't done any other damage to me apart from that so far. So interesting decisions going on here. So we're going to activate Skullbone, see what's on top. Come on, it's taking ages to load. It's taking ages to load. What's going on here? Nimblism on top, so we could leave that on top. I think we will leave that on top. We're going to activate Azalea to give that, get that Nimblism into the arsenal. Play this out. What we can also do now is we can load in the battering bolt and then fire that off for quite a lot of damage. We can fire that off for 10 damage, and they do feel like they run quite a few reactions and defensive capabilities. So I think that's probably one of the best things to do is to do that. So we are going to do that. We're going to use pitch this Snatch to load in battering bolt with +1. It's also getting the buff from... oh, no, it's not. It's not going to get the buff from Nimblism, so we have to load in Remorseless instead. It's a good job I noticed that, actually. So we are going to pitch the Endless Arrow to do that. So coming in for still quite a lot of damage. No D-Reacts can be played from either the hand or the arsenal here because of the interaction with Remorseless and Dreadbore. So just going to be forcing a little bit of damage through here. They are blocking with 1 Looming Doom. Okay, fine. Going to take 3 damage, and then every action is going to cost them a life next turn, unless they react to this as well. Well, they can't, because they can't play any D-reacts this turn. So they are just going to lose. They're just going to lose 3 life here by the looks of it. They can't block with any equipment unless they Oasis Respite. No, they are taking 3, and then we're just going to arsenal the battering bolt. Oh wow. Okay, so this is a big, massive attack coming in here. So I think we just have to take this damage. A 9th Blade's coming in. That's one of the big cards of the deck, obviously. So that's coming in for 9 afterwards. But I think our follow-up is probably just as good. So this now hits us for 9, so we go down to 19 after this. So we can still follow that up with a large attack. We are behind. We'll be behind on tempo, but I think that's probably the best thing to do is just to take this as well, so we can force the battering bolt through as well. So we are going to take this damage. That's one of their big turns done. And we are 9 life behind. We can claw it back to a certain degree with battering bolt coming in for 12. We can also pitch one of the Tunic resources away to have an arsenal at the end of that strategy as well. So that's probably what we're going to be doing. We will opt first of all, though, because if this is an arrow which we can dominate, we will of course do that. Oasis Respite, that can probably go to the bottom. So yeah, we're just going to Seek and Destroy. We will then take aim, and then Tunic, and then come in with this battering bolt, pitching the Ravenous Rabble. So coming in for 12. If it hits, they discard all of their non-action cards, which could also deal some damage to them. They can't D-react from hand, they can D-react from the arsenal, so this is potentially, with the D-react considered in their arsenal, a 8 attack coming in, so still probably going to have to block with something to prevent discarding cards if they do have non-action cards in there. So we'll see. They are blocking with equipment. They probably do have a reaction from Arsenal. They do indeed, which does create a rune chant. So this is now still hitting for 6 damage. So this is still hitting for 6 damage. Do they have any cards which they can discard? Yes, discarding 2 cards there off of that. Fantastic. Lovely old job. And they're just going to play out a Read the Runes, and then going to pass straight back to me after that. Cool. Nice. So now we can do some damage. Some more damage at least. So we can E-strike, choosing to put back the bolt and shot, choosing go again. And then ideally we want to use the red in the ledger using Oasis Respite, because a headshot can pitch for 3. We still have 1 piece of Arcane Barrier up, so we do want to be using that still. So we will opt, just in case there's something we can dominate. No, that can go to the bottom. And then we'll fire this off, pitching the Oasis. Come in for 5, red in the ledger. Blocking with Become the Art Knight. Okay, so going to take some damage and only have 1 action next turn. We're going to Arsenal a card, and again we have a very large attack next turn. So we're not going to take any of the rune chance. So we go down to 14 here. We don't take the damage from Dread Scythe, and then we're just gonna. So we still need the 1 to fire this off, plus the. So we can fire this off for 8, unless we see what's on top. So I think we just take this damage and just see what happens. We're on 10. We might be able to crack back harder than them. So we'll see what happens here with the opt. Take cover. Damn it. That's a shame. Right, so we will then use... So +3. So we can do... If we pitch the Sink Below to the Overflex, give it +4. Or we just do both of these and Arsenal a card. I think we just do both of those and Arsenal a card, to be honest. Yeah, so we're giving it +6 at the moment, so it's going to come in for 8 damage, which is still 50% of their life, so we are just going to do that, pitch the Overflex to do so. It's a shame it's not been put in there face up, otherwise that would get an extra +2, which would bump it up to 10, but a bit of a shame. But yeah, coming in for 8 nonetheless, still 50% of their life total. And then we've got a D-React in our arsenal, which we can put in our... put a D-React in the arsenal at the end turn. So I think we are still maintaining enough pressure here, but we'll see. So coming in for 8. So blocking with Tunic and Spellbound Creepers here. I'm going to take 6 unless they react from their arsenal. No, they are going to take 6. This is a bit worrying now because it does feel like they're going to have a big turn here with 4 cards. We've got a Rune Blood Incantation. So we're giving them 2 rune chance. Then they're going to come at me with some rune chance. So we are going to pitch this blue bolt and shot. Coming in for 2. Doesn't have go again though. So our next turn could be pretty good with a 9 red in the ledger. So we are going to pass. We are going to Sink Below. Use a Tunic. Put the Dreadbore. Put red in the ledger in there. Nine red in the ledger. I think I could have done that better. I think I could have just pitched the bolt and shot to put that in there with... Yeah, I think I could have done. I could have saved the... Oh, maybe not. I'm not sure. They're going to react from their arsenal. Unmovable. Okay, so blocking all of that out. So maintaining a 2-card advantage here, but they are just going to swing at me and deal a lot of damage with the rune chance, probably. Yeah, So they're coming in with a massive amount of damage here. This is probably game. They got a dominated Arc Knight Ascendancy coming in. That is probably game here. So we are going to have to pitch this Rain Razor. Pitch this. Take this damage. Coming in for 5. 5 dominate. If it hits, they get that many rune chance. Yeah, I think we die. We're going to have to take this. They're going to have to gain loads of rune chance. There's not much we can do here, I don't think. Unfortunately, we can Ravenous Rabble and then Snatch on our turn, but unfortunately, just not going to be able to do anything else now. Revealing a headshot. Not much we can do about that. Okay, so yeah, they should be able to swing 7 rune chance at me and I'm dead now, pretty much. Not much else I can do, unfortunately. Not much I can do about that. Just disconnected. Didn't even say GG. Nice. Yeah, that's a tough one. They had a lot of... They could basically play around Dreadball there, where they could just basically just keep blocking from Arsenal with their D-Reacts. So maybe it's something that we look at, maybe the release attentions, where they can't defend with cards from their Arsenal either. But again, that's also going to be taking other cards out. So yeah, that was just quite difficult. I think cracking the bullseye bracers quite early is always a risk against Viserai, especially if you only have 2 Arcane Barrier up. It is a bit difficult to make that call as well. So the thing is, with the Perch Grapplers, you could put release attention in there for Nimblism. Yeah, you could do. That would also help with. That could also help because Nimblism doesn't buff up Battering Bolts, so release attention would buff up Battering Bolts as well. It's just the Nimblisms also buff up things like E-Strike and Rabble and Snatch, which can come in handy as well sometimes when you want to push those damage through. So yeah, Nimblism's a hard one to judge. Maybe it's something that we try. Battering Bolt, yeah, exactly, yeah. So release attention will work on Battering Bolt, Nimblism doesn't. So it's just finding out which one of those could be more valuable. So I guess that's something we could experiment with, is taking out the Nimblisms for red release attentions instead, which might help in certain matchups like that where they are clogging their arsenal with D-Reacts as well. One of the reasons why I don't have... Another reason why I don't have release attention there is because Remorseless pretty much does the same thing. If you want to try and force damage through, you can do that with Remorseless if you put that in their face up, because it has the same effect, because it has released attention on the card, basically. So that's the argument for not having release attentions, because you already have something that emulates that on an arrow with Remorseless. And Remorseless is just when you're thinking of release attention, when you want to try and get some more damage through. Yeah, maybe that could be something that we experiment with, because I think even if that on hit Red in the Ledger went through from their unmovable, that wouldn't really affect an OTK strategy anyway, because obviously they're only taking 1 action each turn most of the time and just building up that huge birthday cake bloody 9th blade. We probably could have prevented or blocked a lot of that first, the 9th blade, but I think we did the right thing with trying to get back into it and swinging back harder than what they came in at us with. So we probably could have made a better decision there, but still, it's hard to get through. It was hard to get through that game. Hard to get through the on hits and the extra damage when they were blocking quite a lot with D-Reacts from their arsenal. So yeah, that was a tough one. But that's pretty much all we got time for tonight, I think. So we played 5 games, we won 2, lost 3. They were fairly close. All of them were fairly close. It was, well, that last one was quite a bit of a life differential. But the Icelander one was a tough one. Katsu was quite difficult because I've never played against it before, or that version of Katsu. And obviously this version of Viserai was another one that sort of catches you by surprise. You never know quite what you're going to get with Viserai, but the OTK does look like the most popular choice at the moment on Talishar, at least, because of like Looming Doom and all that sort of thing that's come out recently, which does add more value to those rune chants that you're accruing. So you can either go 2 ways of it, right? You can obviously build it all up and then just fire it and blast it off when you need to, or you can get that Looming Doom out and then all of your rune chants essentially double in value because they're all popping off for 2 instead. Or at least I think that's how it works. So yeah, lots of cool, interesting things that we've seen on stream today. So thanks to everybody who's tuned in now or in the future. If you're watching this back, please make sure you leave a comment in the section below, and please make sure you like this video as well if you haven't done so already. That would be fantastic. And if you're watching this now or in the future, you stumbled across this, you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do that as well. But that is pretty much all we have time for tonight. We had 1 Dreadbore jar interaction, so one person forgot that obviously they couldn't play D-Reacts from hand because of Dreadbore. Maybe that's going to be ironed out in the future because Dreadbore, I think, is still a fantastic bow, but we are going to see more and more cool stuff in Outsiders. But thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a lovely old job, Super Mario Black Tiger. Absolutely, it's been a lovely old job indeed. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have time for tonight. And yeah, let's see you again hopefully next time on GoAgainGaming. So thank you very much. Hope everyone has a great day or evening or wherever you might be out there in the big wide world watching this now or in the future. We'll see you very, very soon on GoAgainGaming. Peace. Oh, also, we are due the package from LSS. We are due to receive that. I think it's tomorrow we are due to receive that, or over the weekend. Although I don't think that's possible because it still says it's been processed in New Zealand, so I don't think it's going to get here tomorrow. I don't know why UPS do that. They say that it's going to be here tomorrow when in fact it's not. But we will be getting that package soon. I think it's probably going to be the same package as everybody else. I think Push the Point opened their one earlier today, so I might go and have a look to see what they got. But I think it basically is just the Christmas Armory kit thing that the LSS team are sending out to content creators. It could be tailor-made to each person, but I'm going to go and try and do some research now to see what that is, potentially. And we might be able to open it up on a stream. At short notice, we'll see. But yeah, thank you very much for everyone who's tuned in, and we'll see you next time on GoAgainGaming. Peace.